Hey guys, Heather Labonte, Executive Regional Vice President with Arbonne. It is Monday, September 28th, 2015, and I am recording this for my awesomely amazing team. I want to just fill you guys up with some tidbits and love from the weekend that I had at the Build It Big retreat a couple weekends ago, and just do my best in sharing some things that I think will be impactful and um, helpful for you guys. So I have this huge notebook of pages and pages and pages of things. I'm not just going to recite the notebook, but just a few tidbits that I think is going to be helpful for you guys. Okay. First, what I really, really, really want to do for you guys is to just give you guys the permission to dream big, like huge. And I know that we all start our own journeys with Arbonne for different reasons, but very quickly you can find out how this can be so much more than just about you and your family. For me now, it's about the fact that I've helped you. Like, I've helped a mom stay home who didn't want to go back to work. I've helped a mom put her children through schooling that she wasn't sure how she was going to pay for. I've helped somebody to eliminate one of their jobs, and little things like that. Those aren't even little things. They're huge things. Those are the things to me that are huge. But at this weekend when I was there, I believe there were about 130 of us gathered all together, and we had the opportunity to make just a small donation each. And the group of all of us, just by reaching out and helping, raised enough money to fund an entire family's home to be built in Haiti. So it's just a series of small things that can cause a huge, huge momentum. And I really want you guys to just take some time to realize what do you want with your life. You may not know what that is, but dream big, like huge. So for me now, it's about reaching to another level where I can impact the community, where I can impact the world, and I want you guys to feel that same thing, okay? Just like think huge. And you know my journey, 3.5 years at district, then boom, straight to executive area, 1 year later, executive regional vice president, and I'm sure within a year from that point will be a nation. So you can do this, and I'm no different than you, other than the fact that I am doing all of the tips that I hear. I'm not just picking one of these and one of these and one of these. It's just about digging in and doing it. One great analogy that Cecilia said was to give ourselves permission to take the time to study and to learn. Think about if you were going to school at night to become a medical doctor and you needed to miss a family picnic so that you could go off to study or go to take a class or to go to you know, a, a skills lab. Think about that and equate it to your Arbonne business. We're only gone a handful of times during the month, for events. You also have to put in the time to study. You have to learn what network marketing is. You have to learn about Arbonne. And most importantly, you have to learn about your inside, because if you're not spending the time journaling and reading personal growth and reading network marketing books, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you tough love, but you're not going to get as far as you would like. And because that's what happened to me. I feel like I wasted years in this business that I could have propelled much faster if I had only just opened up and done those things. Okay. When you're talking to people and you want to share the business with them, you guys all know, always, always, always start with talking about the business first, and then drop back down to an event and drop back down from that to a client. Okay. Always lead with the business. But as far as things to say, here's just a few good tips that I got. And you may not be at a level that you feel confident in your own success, but you can use me as an example and say, oh my gosh, I don't quite know what I'm doing yet, but I am following this girl, and she is just like us. She was working 2 jobs. She had 2 small kids, and now she's at home, able to do things with her kids, able to do what she wants, replaced income, and she's going right to the top. And she told me if I grab her coattails, she's taking me with you, and I'm going to do the same for you. Like, that's the kind of excitement and conviction that you need to have when you're speaking to someone. Because it's true. I am definitely going to take you with me so long as you put forth the effort for yourself and teach the same to the people that you're taking. You can also talk to people about what you see in them. And you have to be honest. I mean, this is not just about convincing people. And I want you guys to think, be choosy in who you're sharing this business with. You don't just want a person on your team. You want someone who's friendly, who's coachable, who's motivated, who's going to get out there and share the vision with joy and enthusiasm, just like us. I liked this one. One of the leaders said at events, she at the end goes up to the person or 1 or 2 people that she really, really wants to share the business with, and she says, oh my gosh, I have an Arbonne crush at every event, and I just got to be honest with you, like, you're my crush. I don't know why, but I can't just tell you that I can tell that you would be great at this business. Can I share some more information with you? There are some phraseology that you can use, if I, would you. If I took you to coffee, would you sit down and listen to me for, listen about this for a couple of minutes, that type of thing. I love that. As far as prospecting packets and business information that you're handing out to people, first of all, I hope you're doing this, but be professional, be serious. Like, this is $1 million business. And I just want you guys to know our success line is producing about $1 million of product in a year. So you can honestly say you are part of $1 million business. Be professional and treat your business with professionality. When people do say no to you, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to the perception of what this business is or what network marketing is. It mostly means that they just don't know what they are, what they're doing. Okay? Expect awesome things. Expect great things from your new business builders, from your team. And don't tippy-toe around how to be successful. Don't be apologetic. And, you only have to be out like this many times. You're giving them a gift. This is a huge business plan for somebody who wants to make a change in their life. So be upfront and serious and honest and speak with conviction, okay? Stop trying to listen to the negativity in your head. Instead of listening to yourself, speak to yourself. So in other words, those little pieces of doubt that may pop into your head, like, I hope this party goes well, and I hope they call me back, and I hope this does that, and hope that does what. Stop that. You need to speak to yourself and say things like, I am a business builder magnet. I am a CEO of my own company, and people are waiting and ready for me to call them. You need to speak to yourself in that manner before you pick up the phone, before you, go to an event. Talk to yourself in the car. You might think it sounds crazy, but I am telling you, it's going to pump you up. Okay? Every month, you want to be bringing people into your district, teaching them how to promote, and carrying them out to district manager. It should be a circle happening over and over and over again. Okay? Just flipping through because there's so much I want to share with you guys. I just don't even know what part to do. Okay, so filling your calendar. Here's a great tip from Susan Kilborn. She went to national vice president in just 9 months, and that's pretty aggressive. But what she did was she said, no matter what, I'm going to have 12 events on my calendar. That's a non-negotiable for her. I'm not suggesting that you do 12, but depending on what your goal is, push yourself. That doesn't just mean events. That means business appointments. It means one-on-ones, sampling, all of that. That's really not that unattainable. But what she did was on her calendar, she put circles around every date that meant something to her for her business. So, for example, for me, and circle one would be wanting to be able to go to school events with my children during the day, wanting to hire a lawn service so my husband doesn't have to do all of the work, wanting to help my parents get into their retirement community, things like that, wanting to take my family on vacations, wanting to feel fulfilled, wanting to feel rewarded for myself. Put circles around all the open dates that you can have Arbonne activity on. At the top of each circle, write down one of those reasons for what you're doing this for. And that way, when you're looking at your calendar, you're looking at like your empty calendar and you're like, oh, I have 6 empty spots here. And that means that if I don't fill those, I'm not going to be able to be home. I'm not going to have money to get that car that I really want to upgrade to. I'm not going to be able to quit the job that is toxic in my life. That's the kind of impact that each circle represents, and it's very helpful to use those as reminders of these are the reasons that you're doing the business. Don't let the reasons that you're wanting to work this business be your excuses. So, for example, us with kids, this is kind of huge. Like, oh, I really don't want to miss, Susie Q's night at dance class. I'll feel bad. Well, you know what? Susie Q, 5 years from now, is not going to remember that you missed one dance class. You didn't miss a practice with her for no reason. You missed one practice so that in 5 years from now, you can be present every single day and you can take her wherever you want to be. Does that make sense? So many times we let those reasons become our excuses instead of the fuel for why we're doing it. It's short-term loss for long-term gain, long-term opportunities. Okay, I'm just looking at, this one I really loved, sampling. One of the leaders, Christy Moses, was talking about giving out samples of RE9, and I loved what she said. She said, think about the raisin analogy, okay? You know how raisins are all wrinkled and pruny and shriveled up? And if you inject water into them, they plump up. Well, that's exactly what our RE9 does for your face. I wrote that down. I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm going to tell people to get them to want to try the RE9. And I thought that was cool. And when you are doing sampling, I'm sure you know there's lots of great videos on how to assemble them that Dana had put together. And you never, ever, ever give out a sample without securing a follow-up date and time at the time that you're actually handing the person the sample. So in other words, hey, Susie, I know you're going to love this RE9. Oh my gosh, it has changed my skin. You get to have it, let's say full-size kit, right? You get to have this for 3 days. I'll follow up with you on Monday. Is morning or afternoon better? And let her answer the question. Oh gosh, okay, mornings are better. Okay, so I've got 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. What time is better for you for me to swing by? We'll need about 15 minutes to explain to you all the discount options. So they are the ones that are telling you, oh, come see me on Monday at 10:30. So they're setting it. I hope that makes sense. And be prepared with the business. When you give them the sample, you want to include all of the things that are in our videos, including the Is Arbonne for You. And when you drop off your samples or your sets, make sure that you open up that full-page document of the Is Arbonne for You and just really highlight it. Just say, so while you're trying your samples, I just want to really, give you some background on what Arbonne is and what we are for a company. That way you have a little bit more knowledge of what it is that you're using. Just like 2 minutes. Okay, I can't stay long, I gotta go, but wanted to make sure you knew what this was included with your sample. I'll see you on Monday at 10:30. Enjoy your stuff. Hope that makes sense. I think I'm just gonna highlight maybe one more thing, and then I'm gonna cut this off because I don't really want to go too long. But mindset is such a powerful part of this, and I'm going to post something separately about mindset. But have sticky notes all over your house of what you want your successes to be, of what your goals are, and write them in present tense, such as, you know, I achieved my district manager promotion this month. I qualified for area manager. I earned my DM bonus. I always achieved my challenges. Things like that. Just sticky note them all over the place, and in your car, on your phone, like wherever you are, and say them out loud with conviction to yourself. So I hope that that these are some helpful tidbits. I'll probably share more another time, but most importantly, you guys, I want you to realize that this business is huge, and I implore you, please don't treat it like a hobby. If you want to just earn $50 a month from all money, that's great. But just know that the potential that you have sitting in your hands is so big. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than our community. We have the ability to change the world one family at a time. Love you guys.